Welcome to the video. Welcome if you're watching Cleo. This video in general might help others in the background, you never know. But I want to respond back to one of Cleo's questions most recently regarding her channel, her situation, and what to do next following certain potential actions. Now, to try and reiterate or summarize Cleo's question, it was along the lines of, should I open up about myself or my situation internally or externally, such as environment, to the general public in a video online? Because it might help express myself. It might help myself. I think that's what she was getting at. And it might also help others out there understand why she is the way she is, or more so, why she does her videos. If they're a little bit chaotic, if they're quite colourful, if they're vibrant, it may represent a certain shade of herself. Now, I'm going to respond back to that in some way or another. I'm going to, outline it so it makes more sense. And then, Cleo, you can let me know afterwards, or you can make the final decision. Okay. So it's not my position to highlight, you opening up about this or that problem or this issue internally, externally. Because of your experience, not myself to highlight or mention this, but I can speak vaguely and it will be in response to your question, so you can apply it and make mental notes or responses. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to make a final decision or have a better idea of what to do next, right? So if you're speaking in general, right, at times, YouTubers and people on other platforms will open up. It's one of those transitional stages. Why do people open up about certain problems they face, they experience, they feel, or stuff around them? Mainly tends to be negative. Opening up, appearing vulnerable, etc. One of those type of situations. Some people may put it in a casual spin or a fun, light-hearted way of getting a message across. Some do it in a serious way, others do it in a sad way. I guess it depends what mood they're in. But why do these people open up about themselves in the first place? I'm going to highlight some potential reasons as to why, okay? So one reason why some out there will open up about their problems or issues, it's a good way of causing deflection and almost like manipulative minimalization. So when people do a bad act or get caught in the act, when people are exposed, whether it be celebrities or standard general public, when they're called out and when they're exposed, what do they grasp immediately? Mental health card. I've got anxiety. I've got depression. Please forgive me. We're all human. We all make mistakes. And then add the little fake tears as well. One of those type of situations. Some people do it in the YouTube apology videos, and others do it in the build up to controversy or drama. And it's done to take the edge off, right? To make them look vulnerable, to make them look a bit more innocent, in hopes that the general public that are starting a witch hunt on them ends up being more lenient because of the mental health situation. That people will abuse that method because they feel that it could touch heartstrings and it could lead to others out there who may relate in some way and then drop tools and be more nice to them. It is manipulative. It does happen. Celebrities and just general public people here and there. I don't know to what extent, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's kind of high at times, okay? I guess when you add in the mental health bandwagon and all that awareness, it might intensify the situation and encourage people to use that method and strategy, okay? But that example aside, some other people will open up about a situation or problem because they feel comfortable. Others may open up because they feel it's necessary natural or slightly forced, the situation they're in. They may feel that they're engaging or very close to their audience, so then they've got to share everything to the audience about their own life, when that isn't necessary. You don't have to be too transparent, but some people may feel the need to be. So there's a bit of unnaturalness there, a slight bit of being forced, a bit of pressure. Okay, maybe that's not a good outcome there. And then there'll be other people, right, that will open up because they feel that it helps them, or it may help others, or both, right? Now, what category does Cleo fall under? This would be a rough observation, and that is all. I think Cleo might be wanting to open up because she's getting to that point of being and feeling more comfortable now, but she also feels like it will help coexist with the energy built up within to express herself that way, and as well emotionally, to help herself for the right reasons by being more transparent, but then also helping others out there who might relate or watch her videos, so then more and more people will understand her content. So it might come off as Cleo is already thinking ahead of her own channel, of her own videos and, theme type. What she uploads and how it's constructed kind of relates to Cleo herself. Maybe some mirrors, maybe some examples, symbolisms. And by explaining those symbolisms of oneself, and when people come along and hears about it and then sees the other videos, people might be able to connect better, okay? Now, Cleo will have her own reasons for getting to this point and thinking, should I or shouldn't I? I'm just simply outlining the different reasons as to why people in the first place do get to this stage and why they decide to do it, okay? In this case, Cleo, it's about, is it worth doing so? And there can be a couple of questions what you ask yourself first of all, okay? Are you in a position where you feel comfortable enough to open up and explain issues, problems, or situations? Are you in that position? Do you feel comfortable? Yes or no? The next question could be, do you feel forced with being on YouTube, with having people watching your videos and gaining views and growth? Do you feel forced, like you owe people an explanation? If you do, you shouldn't have to, okay? People come along, people watch. You provide content, people may be entertained by it. You give, they take, you give, right? So you're already providing enough. You don't have to feel that you have to go overboard, right? What I would say, Cleo, whatever you put in and you get out of it, try and keep it somewhat balanced. If at any point or time you feel like you're putting more in than what you're getting out, maybe scale it back. So you're doing your videos, you're doing your shorts, you're growing right now, and you're getting a response from it. What's the next stage? What's the next step? Add in a different layer and depth of understanding, such as opening up about yourself and the reasons for those videos. Is that too soon? Because that's the next question. The timing of it all. Do you feel that besides comfort levels, is it the right place, the right time, right now? Or is it worth doing it later down the line when you know you might have more loyal viewers and regular viewers? I think when it comes to other channels out there, the bigger ones, when they do the little serious talk time, story time videos, whether it be an emotional spin or in a funny way or in a serious way, whatever, they tend to do it a few years on once they've built an audience, right? But then you will get smaller channels that may do it sooner than later when they don't really have anyone watching, and then the video blows up and then the channel blows up, right? Where they may share a condition, an illness, a problem, a situation, and it can attract many other strangers out there that relate and then watch the video and then show support and then stick around. What situation or position are you in right now, Cleo? What position do you want to be in? Do you want to have a decent sized audience first of loyal or regular viewers, and then you open up to those people exclusively, and then others come along the way? Or do you feel it's more practical doing it right now, out of nowhere, when not as many people are actively watching, but there's a chance it could bring in a new audience and a new crowd of people who may relate stronger? It depends what situation and outcome you want, okay? Maybe you tie it in with some of the previous questions and you've answered yes or no. It might make it a little bit clearer as to what to do next. At the end of the day, ultimately, it comes down to your decision and your decision only, because it revolves around you. It is about you and not quite anybody else. But with your actions forwards, it could bring other people in, so other people become a part of you, or let's say your channel at least, okay? So there's different ways of looking at it. You can open up, people could appreciate that and welcome it and even be drawn into it if you actually was to do a video and title it appropriately and people come on in and learn about it, or come on in because they relate. You get a certain group of audience members there. Does it ever go wrong? Does it ever backfire? Has it ever happened where someone's opened up about something and it's led to a backlash? I think it's more so when people might have opened up about their past, criminal history, past immoral actions, bad things they've done, bad things they've said. Yes, it's in the past, but audience members never knew about it until now, and once they heard about it, they saw that person in a different way, a different light, not for the right reasons, and were put off by it and walked away. As said, that might be for you more so bad actions, not illnesses, different things. Just depends what other additional items you're throwing out there, and you know, you could ultimately ask yourself, just by simply opening up in whatever way, will it lead to growth? Will it lead to a decline or neutral? Which way do you see it going? Do you have a good feeling within that it could help you or others or both? If so, maybe it's worth taking into consideration at some point. Or do you have a gut feeling that it could go wrong, it could backfire? Well, if you've got that feeling, maybe you just halt and delay it for now. But one thing you can continue doing when you can, when you want to, is those short videos that you do. And as I said, from time to time, no harm in doing a standard, normal length, long format video. They call it long format, basically means longer than 59 seconds and horizontal, the aspect ratio, okay? Was there any other questions to highlight here and there? I don't think so. Any other responses you've done recently? Any other questions? I don't think so. I guess what can be said is what you've done so far has worked. Whether you have questioned it or not, whether you've questioned me about it or not, you've done what you've done. It's worked. So I guess all you do, you just keep on doing it. And if it gets to a point where it doesn't work, then maybe a bit of change is needed. But that doesn't seem to be the case right now. Still seems like things are growing. So I wouldn't say there's any issues or roadblocks at this point in time. So all in all, hopefully this video helps. And yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Goodbye and good night.